Trey 3K here with another message to self and whoever's listening. In today's video, what we're going to talk about is why. What is your why? Why should you stop? Why should you do semen retention? Why should you do 200 push-ups every day, 100 squats every day, 50 pull-ups every day? Why should you do that? Why should you slave at your purpose? Why should you dedicate your 20s? And for those of us that aren't watching, why should you dedicate your life to grinding? Why? What is your why? What is going to get you to actually do that? Because a lot of us have good ideas, good passions, big beliefs, big dreams. We the big shit in our own head. But we have to come to some understanding of our true value. So let me break it down for you. In God's eyes, we are all valuable. Nobody's better than anybody. We are all valuable. However, we live in a physical world that is dictated on status, accomplishments, results. So in God's eyes, everybody is valuable. And that's across the board for everybody. We are all, the Most High made every single one of us valuable. We're all valuable. All of us. But in this physical world, yes, we are still valuable. Yes, we are valuable. But we are being judged by a different spectrum. Now then the conversation comes up, well, should we be judging ourselves based off the spectrum of the world? No. It shouldn't get to your head to the point where if you're not living like this guy, then you're not successful, because success is a subjective thing. There's guys that make $100,000 a year that still don't feel that they're successful. And there's guys that make $40,000, $50,000 a year that feel successful. So no, we shouldn't judge ourselves based off of the spectrum of what society is, saying for us to go based off of. However, we have to be realistic with the world we're in. And we have to be realistic with the goals that we have for ourselves. What are your goals? Would you be happy with $40,000 a year? Why would you be happy with $40,000 a year? Would you be happy with $100,000? Why or why not would you be happy with $100,000? Here's the thing. Your why is going to determine what you need to do as a man. People like Martin Luther King to people like Floyd Mayweather. Two completely different people. Potentially, I don't even want to compare that. I'm not even going to compare that. However, what I was getting at though is, was Martin Luther King this guy that had to make a certain amount of money, or did he have to make a certain amount of impact? Would Floyd Mayweather be as confident as he is if he didn't make the amount of money that he made? I wonder if. Would Martin Luther King have been fulfilled if he had not followed his vision, his why, his purpose, and made the impact that he felt that he was called to make? Would he have felt important? There's different whys for different men, and what you have to figure out is, what is your why for the man that you see in the mirror? What is your why? What's going to drive you? What's going to fulfill you? Is it making the money and the impact? Is it only making the money? Is it only making the impact? Is it having all of the women? Is it having the fancy cars? Is it I don't even want fancy cars, but if my little brother wants one, I want to be able to buy one for him. Like, what is your why? Who are you? What do you stand for? And I feel like that's one important thing that you have to, because you can get very deep down this red pill purple pill, black pill, beta male, alpha male. You can go very deep down this rabbit hole. But the reality is, it's not a one size fits all thing. Because a true alpha doesn't care about what other people think. Where are you going to claim leadership? See, this is my belief. I believe that we all have a God-given gift. I believe that we all have something inside of us, a God-given gift that is inside of us. And our gift is our area of ruling. There are some people that are basketball players that should have wrote books. There are some people that should have wrote books that should have been musicians. There are some musicians that should have been preachers or motivational speakers. There are some motivational speakers that should have been golfers. There's this perspective that sticks with me. I was asked, where is the wealthiest place in the world? Where is it? Is it China? Is it the United States? Is it Dubai? Is it the Caribbean Sea? Where is the wealthiest place in the world? I assume somewhere with a lot of resources. Maybe Africa. Whatever. And the mentor that asked me this question said, wrong. The wealthiest place in the world is the cemetery. The cemetery is full of dirt, tombstones, and dead people. Exactly. It's full of dead potential. It's full of untapped potential. It's full of authors, teachers, businessmen, musicians, actors, architects. It's full of people who didn't live out to their fullest potential. How do we live a life where we don't add to the wealth of the cemetery? What did those people not know that you need to know? Where does self-discipline come from? Why is it that some people are self-disciplined and others aren't? What's the difference? It is my conviction that some men have a reason, have a why, and some men have a want. Some men want to do things, other men need to do things because there is a reason for them to do it. They have a why behind it. Some men just want to be great. Other men need to be great because they have found that part in them. They have found that itch that will never stop itching, that they feel, that they believe that they need to scratch for the rest of their life. Maybe it's not the rest of your life. Maybe it's not one thing for one person. Maybe it's one thing that leads you to another thing that leads you to another thing. But they're on a journey to scratching that itch. What is that reason? You can do one thing. There's a million ways to skin a cat. But why do you want to skin that cat? One man's why will not satisfy another man's why. For example, me. I couldn't just do it for money. Money is not enough. Why? Usually when you I'll tell you why. Because I didn't grow up in a scarcity of money. I didn't grow up not having like that. I had, you know, and I didn't grow up with a scarcity of money. Some people did. Usually you'll find your why in a pain point. Usually you'll find your why in an area where you are discomforted or not at ease. Money wasn't something that I was at ease that I was diseased with. But purpose was. Direction was. Leadership was. Men who seen me, seen what I was good at, and invested in me. That's what I didn't have. Leaders. The money will be a result for me. I need to be leading people to become the best version of themselves. I need to be, this is me. You have to answer this question for you. So you have to look introspectively. And don't forget to like this video and comment and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.